Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
All of today's guests, including Dick Zokol, standing by from Predator Ridge, are brought to you by the Vancouver Giants. Giants look to stave off elimination tonight against Kamloops at the LEC, down 3-0. Game 4 against the Blazers underway at 7:30. Tickets available at vancouvergiants.com/tickets. We have a Neil Sheehy update. We'll get that to you in a second. But first of all, it is day one of the Masters in Augusta, and here to talk about it from Predator Ridge is our friend Dick Zokol. Dick, how you doing, sir?
I'm well, guys. Good to see you. Been a long time, and much to discuss, depending on where you want to go.
Well, you tell me. Well, first of all, what is it like to play at the Masters in Augusta? Golf's a tough enough game, but when the weather isn't all that great, which is what we expect for maybe all 4 days. Yeah.
Yeah, the weekend, I think, is looking for a lot of rain, and it's not unusual. It happens. When Mike Weir won in 2003, he had to go through a lot of rain delays, and the golf course starts to play a lot different. And if you're a mudder, as they say, who can, has the tenacity to stand in there, it takes a little more adversity to go through it. And that's where guys like Zach Johnson and Mike Weir are able to come around the corner and cross that finish line first. And it's a great thing, but there's, it's always when you get to play your first Masters, you're overwhelmed by how beautiful it is out there and that you've chased this dream. And quite frankly, it's a little distracting because you'd like to get down to business and settle in and play, but experience plays like the playoffs in hockey. If you have that experience, you're comfortable with it, you've faced those adversities, then you have a better way in which to learn from your mistakes and succeed. So it's relatively the same thing.
Scotty Scheffler, I'm not sure about his score right now, but we'll figure that out. But defending Masters champ, he's already won twice on tour this year. Dick, what makes him so special?
Well, he obviously has the game, the ability to execute shots, but the most important aspect about Scotty Scheffler is his inherent mindset. I mean, this guy who's gone on a tear in the last 12 months, he's won 6 tournaments, including the Masters last year, and all that comes with it. He hasn't changed. I mean, he still drives this Chevy Tahoe that's got 200,000 miles on it, and he inherently has his perspective on himself doesn't change, whereas other athletes, and you can go in contrast, like guys like Brooks Koepka, who have to feed that ego, and they get into almost, I don't know if you watch the Netflix full swing series, but Brooks was very open, and it was really interesting to watch him, how he has to feed his ego, if you can read between the lines. And then it almost verges on a mental health issue and the pressure he puts on himself. Scotty doesn't do that. He is himself. He it doesn't matter if he makes $4 or $5 million more than he has. His wife, his family have not changed. And that is very unusual. Usually when you see athletes have this success, it affects their ego and they change. But Scotty Scheffler has not. He's the exact same person he was before he won his first tournament on the PGA Tour. So it's a breath of fresh air.
Nothing wrong with the Chevy Tahoe. By the way, he is just about to tee off. Rick.
Strong Canadian field, Dick. I'm waiting. I'm just waiting for Corey Connors to break through 3 top 10 finishes at the Masters. Is this the weekend he does it, Dick?
It very well could be. Now, Corey Connors has really identified himself as one of the great ball strikers on the PGA Tour. If you watch the Valero Texas Open, which he won last week, his second PGA Tour victory, his prowess particularly on tee shots, like driving it long and straight, is just tremendous. And you're absolutely right that given the last 3 years, he's had 3 top 10s at Augusta. And now that he's had his second win, you just need to understand that Corey Connors, like a lot of Canadians, he's a very shy person. And I don't think he likes the limelight. He if you give him a choice, he probably wouldn't want it. But has to kind of get through that barrier and feel comfortable with it if he's going to win the Masters or a major championship. He certainly has the physical game. And, like George Knudson and Stan Leonard way before us, they were great ball strikers and they were weak on the putting side. Corey, well, first of all, understand that if you're a tour player, you're a good putter. He's not the best putter out there, but he's going to have his moments where he putts well. And I think the level of comfort he's getting, I think this could be, we're not going to throw Corey right up there who we're expecting to win. Yeah. But it wouldn't surprise me if he got himself into contention and happened to win.
Dick, it was 20 years ago that Mike Weir won at the Masters. What did it do for Canadian golf? Canadian golf is on the upswing right now. We're seeing Canadians win on the PGA Tour. But just go back and tell us when Mike Weir won, how important it was for Canadian golf.
Well, it's huge. What Mike did when he won the Masters in 2003 and what it did for Canada, what it did for us, what it did for any future hockey player was equivalent to what Wayne Gretzky did to hockey players, young, aspiring hockey players. It gives you a belief that you can do it too. And so it's not surprising. Golf Canada is doing an excellent job on corralling all the top players and developing them. But I think the real important thing is that when you get to know Mike, and if you're a young, aspiring player, and you see him, and you see how small physically stature he is, and then see how strong mentally stature he is, that's the learning opportunity. And it's quite easy to say, you know what, if that guy can do it because now we're friends, then I can do it too. Yep. And it's that belief system. We've talked about this a lot in hockey, and all our Canadian culture has a lot of opportunity to learn from those who preceded us, and I think that's the greatest thing. We got 3 players in the Masters right now that have won: Svensson, Corey, and Mac Hughes. And I think it's not surprising that these guys' capability will get in the hunt and continue this snowball to develop Canadian golf.
Yeah.
All right. Got to ask you about Tiger Woods, +2 through 9 last time I checked. 47 years old, on one leg, played in just one event so far this year other than the Masters. What do you expect from him, Dick?
Well, I think we've all kind of said, there's a lot of things not going his way. I think his age, his back, his leg. I think, anytime they're going to have cool weather, or it's going to bother him, and it's going to bother him more because of his ailments. But we've all learned, and I've always said this, and I'm still going to stand by it, is that don't bet against Tiger. I think that in the few years that he has, or the next 10 years, I still believe he's going to pick off another Masters. I believe he will. Wow. Things have to fall in line. Weather has to be perfect. It has to be warm. But and the British Open as well. And usually at the Open Championship, the weather is not conducive for Tiger. But if they get a warm streak, because these golf event, these championships, these majors in particular, really rely on expertise, and Tiger has that experience to how to play these courses, Augusta National or any links course in Great Britain, better than anyone else.
Yeah. Dick, before I let you go, Predator Ridge, what's the latest? What's going on up there?
Well, we just went through a record year last year in growth, and I'm just looking out over the golf course right now, the practice facility and the first hole in the Ridge course, and it's gorgeous. So we're launching our new products. We have phase 2 on the Outlook, which is a real estate neighborhood that has the most remarkable views over Okanagan Lake. If you guys were to see these things, you would move up here in an instant.
And I understand there's an improved media rate. What can you tell us about that?
There's always an improved media rate.
Okay, I'll hold you to that.
Yeah.
Anytime, guys.
Okay, we'll get you back on. Dick, thanks so much for this. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much. Good being with you.